Aquarius, how you doing? Elsie here to do your reading for you. It is a weekly reading, Aquarius. How's things? I am here to do a reading for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter signs. And let's find out what is going on for you. Aquarius, if you keep coming back here, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I hope that you are subscribed. If you could just check to see if you are subscribed, it doesn't make that big of a deal to you, but it's huge for me and how this channel grows the Aquarius tribe. So I'm looking for more Aquarius. So if you hit that thumbs up and you subscribe, you will definitely bring in more Aquarius. Thanks so much for doing that. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about how to find the extension. I'm also going to tell you about how to get a private read if you're interested in that, Aquarius. And if you are brand new here, welcome. I hope that you will stay. We have quite a growing number of Aquarius energies here. Thank you so much. Let's find out what's going on. Okay, we're starting already. We've got the Six of Swords in the reverse. It feels like you're trying to go somewhere, do something, but you feel like you're a little bit stuck. Maybe something's blocking what's going on here. We do have the Five of Swords. Guess who's blocking? It's you, Aquarius. It's in your mind here. It feels like there's something here that you have been putting off or want to do, or you feel like until I do this thing, there's no way I can move forward. But I think that the Five of Swords has got you stuck in a place where you're either at odds with yourself about whether you should do it or not, or you're at odds with someone else. What is this? Tell me more about this, please. We have Justice. So I think what you want is to bring something into harmony. I feel like you want to go back to the beginning or do the right thing, but I really do feel like the Five of Swords is you speaking to yourself in a way that is, it almost feels like there's an Aquarius here who says, but if I do it, then what? Then I lose, or then I'm giving up my power position. Like it feels like the Five of Swords is, I'm going to win at any cost. I'm just going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to win because I want to. And I don't know what you're winning, to be honest. It almost feels like there is a point to be made here about a fundamental difference between you and someone else. Maybe you have opposing views or something that you don't agree on. It feels like we've come to an impasse. That's what the Six of Swords in the reverse says to me. We're stuck. We're not moving anywhere. We're stuck at this impasse where we don't agree on something. And what I want to do is the right thing. I want harmony, but I'm not willing to give up my position. All right. Let's see what else is going on here. Tell me more about Aquarius. And this could be within the self. This does not have to involve another person. This could be like, I want to do it. But if I do, then it means I have to give up my position of winning at any cost. Tell me more about Aquarius. We've got the Two of Swords. We've got all swords out here. We asked for air energy, and here it is. So we've got the Two of Swords energy. I think that ultimately you're going to make a decision, but that it is a hard decision because it seems to be a very permanent decision. And what I mean about that is that if you make the decision, you're not going back. So if, with the Two of Swords, if you choose this or that, you choose this, you cut that out. If you choose that, you cut this out. That it feels like a very, definitely a permanent decision you're making, because this is not moving. Once you make the decision, you can't go back. We've got the Hermit energy. Ooh, and you are stuck. You are digging your heels into something here. The thing is I feel like you're caught between wanting to do the right thing, because the Justice card is about that, and so is the Hierophant. And I feel like you want to do the right thing, bring something into into harmony. I feel like this is a karmic decision. It feels like it's going to end the karma, smooth things out, and bring things back into harmony. But I also feel like the Hierophant energy being here is quite stubborn. It's Taurus energy. It's my way or the highway. I know the right way. You need to follow me. And I'm not giving up my position because I know what is right. Because with all these swords here, it tells me that you've thought it out, you have the details, and unless you can bring a pretty good argument to Aquarius, Aquarius is not going to change their mind, because they've done all of the work in layers. I know what the facts are. I know what the deal is. I'm not just doing this just to be obstinate or stubborn. I know what is, I've checked out every situation. I've checked out every door. I've checked out everything. And I know that what I'm saying is what I'm saying for a reason, because it is the truth. we've got the Nine of Swords. But you know that if you don't let up in some respect, that the Six of Swords just stays in play. If it's in the reverse, you're just stuck. You're stuck, not making a decision, stuck in a block, worried, maybe not worried, but maybe it's playing on your mind while you're trying to sleep. It feels like something you can't stop thinking about. So it's like a position of giving up your power. And I wouldn't say, like, don't take that literally, like giving up your power, but I mean that maybe you feel the power in standing on a point, right? Standing on business. That's what the Hierophant is, right? Standing on business. I've built this structure. I know the structure is sound because I've looked at every single layer from the foundation up, side to side, and all the way around. I know what I'm doing here. So it does feel like there is something here that you're arguing either within yourself or with somebody else. It might be an intuitive thing. It's something that you feel like you should do, but something that your brain is telling you, but if you do it, you're giving up your position of power. Tell me about this Five of Swords. Tell me about the Five of Swords. Yeah, you're fighting yourself with stubborn energy is what it feels like. Because look, you're a fixed sign. You're not getting out of it. Taurus is stubborn, so are you. You are Aquarius. You're stubborn for different reasons, right? But nonetheless, tell me about the Five of Swords. And Aquarius appears. So we've got the King of Swords, we've got the other fixed sign, right? We've got the King of Swords, and that's the reason why you're locked in this fundamental difference, either with the self or with someone else. It could be another Aquarius. We've got the Five of Pentacles. And we've got the Ace of Cups. You know what? I think that we need to look at this from a different point of view. And I think the different point of view is if I do stay in this energy of the Five of Swords and the King of Swords, what am I going to lose? Is it okay if I stay on the outside looking in, Aquarius? You need to make that decision. Am I okay with losing whatever it is that I'm about to lose by cutting out this or that? I'm going to make the decision. And the thing is I feel like you're keeping it under the surface. This decision you're keeping under the surface, you are not telling anybody what your decision-making process is. The Ace of Cups tells me that you want to make the decision that is the right decision. You want to make the decision that is going to feel right in your heart. You're not such a badass that you would do something that would be hurtful. Maybe you will. I don't know. I don't know you, but I've never met an Aquarius who made a decision based on, I just want to do this to get somebody. There are people out there like that, but that's not what I'm feeling in this particular read. The Ace of Cups tells me you do have a soft heart, that you are somebody who will do the right thing, that you will do the right thing quite naturally. But there is something here that I feel you're arguing with yourself about, feeling like you almost dethrone yourself if you go back on something you said. Or the Five of Swords is here. Winning at every cost is what I need to do. Or it looks like I'm backing away from my throne. I feel like you're stuck here. You're stuck in this place where you need to make a decision. You're not really sure how to make that decision because you know that it's going to be permanent. And I feel like this is something that's weighing heavy on your mind. Let's talk about the Six of Swords. Why are you stuck here? Tell me about this. We've got the King of Pentacles. We've got the Hanged Man. And we've got the Ten of Swords. So I want to say that I feel that the reason that you're stuck here is because of perspective. It feels like you're in a pause, because you know that when you do make the decision, it is automatically going to be seen as betrayal. That someone will see you as the betrayer. The decision that you're making might have to do with money. We've got the King of Pentacles here. It might have to do with money, time, effort, or energy. The King of Pentacles in this particular deck, you can see that the King of Pentacles is at the helm, right? Right at the wheel. And right off in the distance there, we do see a mountain. But we also see a way that you can pass the mountain, right? It looks like there is a way through the mountain ranges here. So I feel like you're trying to navigate something that you feel very stuck in, because King of Pentacles energy is Taurus, so is Hierophant energy. And I feel like you've dug your heels into something and said, no, that's exactly not the way I want it to go. Or that's not the truth. those aren't the facts. And so I feel like you're trying to find a way that you can navigate around the obstacle that's in the distance and still keep your stability, still keep your grounded, logical way of thinking. We do have the Hanged Man energy. It seems to me that you are going to have to make some type of sacrifice either way. Once you come up with the realization of what it is you want to do, once you do gain the perspective, the grounded perspective that you want, it feels like you are going to have to release someone, something, or let something go. But I feel like right now you're in the pause because you're trying to save face is what you're doing. You know, and I think you know, with a capital K, I think you know, that what the decision that you have to make or the information you have is correct, true, and factual. And so I feel like that's where you're stuck, because you do want to have this perspective of, but I can maneuver around the obstacle if I need to, but why should I need to if the facts that I have are correct? And I think that there is some sort of energy of, I'm not really sure what to do because I don't know what the outcome is going to be. With the moon energy, things are not as they seem. Let's talk about justice. Tell me about justice, because I feel like this is going to be a karmic situation. And what I mean by that is I feel whatever decision you make is going to contribute to your karma, whether that's good or bad. And I feel like what you want to do is the right thing, but you also want to save the integrity of the structure you've built. I think it is a structure of the mind, and I think that you have a point to make. I don't think you're in the wrong or in the right. Please understand, I'm not here to take sides. I'm a lawyer for the universe. I'm just laying out all the facts, right? And so I feel like whatever your decision is going to contribute to some sort of karmic balance that's coming up here. We've got the Queen of Cups. We've got the Sun. And we've got the Hermit energy. So I feel like right now you're keeping to yourself and waiting for a shift in your emotions. It feels like the Sun is the breakthrough. This is the vibration, right? This particular card shows us we have a big gong here. Now, I don't know if you've ever been present in front of one of these gongs, but when the mallet hits the gong, it takes minutes for it to stop vibrating. I really feel like we're dealing with a deeply emotional vibration that you would like to bring into balance. You want karma to work out in your favor. And I think that what needs to be done here is something needs to be brought back to center. We've lost, it seems that maybe two people have lost the plot, or the reason why we're trying to make this decision to get along in the first place. I feel like what you're trying to do is even your emotions and come to this place of happiness. It feels like that's how you're going to know when you're ready to make the decision. Because right now, whatever the decision is, and it's different for all of you, it feels deeply emotional. It feels like you are depending on the Sun to give you a breakthrough while you are meditating, while you're in Hermit energy, while you spend time by yourself. It's like no matter where you are, what you're doing, whether you're sleeping, awake, having coffee, breakfast, or at work, whatever it is, there's no stopping this Nine of Swords. You cannot stop thinking about something. You're stuck in the mind, right? That's what it is. It is the Eight of Swords. Stuck in this place in the mind where I can't make a decision because I'm trying to save my integrity as well as make the right decision for the situation. Tell me more about this. We've got the High Priestess. We've got the Ten of Pentacles, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles. It might have to do with you making some sort of an investment. And what I mean by that is time, effort, energy, or money. It might be that you are trying to decide whether to give an offer, a solid offer of money into maybe the influence of a business or something that might be long-term, like a relationship. It feels like you are fighting with your intuitive energy. Right now, I feel that you're quite silent in the vibration because the decision that you have to make is a very emotional one. And right now, what you're trying to do is keep your emotions stable. without having to attach to them, because I really do feel like you're making this decision here in Swords. I feel like you're making the logical decision, although I feel like the decision you're making is going to result in you releasing someone, something, a situation, a job. And I feel like your intuition is saying, you know, this is the long-term investment. If you make this investment, this will pay off. It will be long-term. You will be happy into your old age if you make this investment. Tell me about this decision. What are we talking about here? There's a worrisome decision. It might be to give up a position of power or a position of leadership. We've got the World card. It feels like you do want to give up a position of power or leadership, but I don't know that you really want to, understand. I feel like you're stuck because you don't want to give the reins over to someone else and have someone else be in power to make decisions that may involve you and your future. We've got the Three of Cups, we've got the Eight of Wands, and we've got the World card. It does feel like you would rather just close the door and carry on into the abyss, 10 of Pentacles, into investing, making solid offers and investing. I think quietly that's exactly what you want to do. But I think the fact that you must give up another position, which I feel is like the position of leadership. So I don't know if it's leadership within a corporation or leadership within your family. Like maybe you want to step aside and give someone else the executor position. It feels like you know that if you let go, you're no longer in control, and that could be to your own detriment. This could be a relationship. This could be business. This could be the place where you work. But the Three of Cups is here. The thing is I feel like movement, growing, pushing forward, moving fast is really where your happiness is. It feels like the decision is being made and it's going to affect a group of people that you quite enjoy. It's going to move them forward, but I don't necessarily know that it's the best decision that you can make for you. Yeah, so you're holding back. I feel like you've been trying to step back or hold back how much effort, energy, or money you've been putting into this thing for a while and spending more time with yourself. But I don't think you've stepped back completely. I feel like there is a big decision to be made here and you are fighting with yourself. The worrisome part of it is if I close the door and step aside, that this group of people could be at risk, or if they move forward toward whatever it is that I release, I could be at risk of losing my status in the community, in the company, in life. Let's go into the extended. We'll talk more about this and we'll peel it apart just a little bit, because it feels like with the Ten of Swords, you're about to release something that is valuable. And we'll figure out what that is as we go into the extended. If you'd like to be in the extended, please check at the top of the comments. There is a pinned comment that will show you exactly where to go if you'd like to join the membership area and get 4 extendeds per month. If you just want to purchase this one outright, if you're curious about that, there'll be a link there as well. If you're interested in a private read, if this has something to do with you, and you're interested in a private read, please take a look at the Hypsee link. The Hypsee link will take you to a place where you can see all of my packages. They begin at $25 and go up from there. And if you are interested in speaking to me live, whether that's through video, through text, or over the phone, then please look at my listings, see when I'm available, and you will be able to connect with me by booking an appointment ahead of time. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Yep, there is a goal here. There is a goal that you need to be honest with yourself about. It could involve the Lovers, which is, it could be a choice, or it could be a relationship, like a loving relationship here. You could be trying to make a decision as to whether you should leave or detach or get out of the way. You're trying to make a choice, a clear-cut, honest and truthful choice about really where is this life taking you, right? You have a goal here. I think the goal is to tell the truth, and I think that whomever you tell the truth to is somebody who's very close to you in your family, or maybe someone that you're dating, and that might be why the Ten of Swords is here. Let's go into the extended. We'll talk more about this. If you'd like to be there, you know how to get there, and if not, that's okay, because if this is where we part, I'll be back. Thanks, Aquarius, for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Take care, Aquarius. Bye-bye.